morning, by the way. Thank you so much for joining so early in the morning. I thought what we could do today is talk a little bit about the benefits of these practices that we've been exploring together. Um, so I wanted to share something very interesting to start off. And but first, I want to do meditation together because it's nice to have that ritual together. So we'll start off with a meditation together, and then I'll share the physiological benefits of Qigong, which is a very interesting video that we'll watch, very visual. And we'll also talk about why the practice of Qigong is connected to longevity. So we often hear that many Qigong masters live well beyond 100 years old, as well as great yogis. So we'll talk about the physiological reason why that is. And we'll do two beautiful forms tonight. One is the Tibetan healing sounds, which will be a little bit different than what we have been doing. We'll be sounding together, and it has very calming, tranquil movements with the form, and it's very meditative, so I think you'll enjoy it. And another meditative form called the Five Treasures. So we're in for a nice, calming morning together. So let's start our morning with meditation for about 5 minutes. I will turn some music on, and again, if you don't want to listen to the music, you can press mute. Hmm. All right, so before we jump into a video or in a nice meditative space together, let's do the crane form that we've done the past couple of days. And so it's probably very familiar to you. Now I'll do a quick review and then I'll turn the music on and we'll do the beautiful crane form together. And it's something simple and easy that I hope that all of you can remember. And if you're ever wanting to just get some gentle movement in, you can do this form anytime. And remember, it's a beautiful form for connecting with nature. And you may want to visualize places that you've been that have given you great peace, perhaps at the ocean, or I love being in the mountains and I love walking in the woods. And right now, here in Massachusetts in the United States, it's spring and all of the flowers here. Gosh, I almost want to take you outside and show you this beautiful garden. It's just been so fun planting flowers. So keeping your heart open in this form to all the beauty of the earth, the universe, and nature and all living beings. So let's do the one in the chair as a review. So we're taking a gathering breath in. Exhale with the intention of bringing healing energy into your heart. Just want to make sure my volume's up. There we go. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Healing energy into your heart from nature. Breathe in. Breathe out. And remember, we do 6 if we're here in the chair, just at center. Move with your breath. After 6, making our bird's beaks, thumbs connected to the forefingers in a point. Breathe in, lift your crane wings like a bird flying in the sky. Slowly exhale. You may want to lift your heels up. If you're sitting, breathe in and breathe out. And number 3, breathe in and breathe out. And now my favorite part, 6, sniffs in through the nose. Breathing in breath and energy, and then releasing tension. Feel like a waterfall is flowing over your back, cleansing away tension, releasing what isn't serving you, letting it go to the earth. And then when you're ready, round and roll it up, inch by inch, taking your time. So that's the seated version. And a reminder of the standing version. If you want to stand, turn to either side, shift forward, breathe in, shift back, breathe out. Gathering healing energy from nature, bring it into your heart. So there's 3 on one side, and then there's 3 on the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. It's a long breath in and a slow breath out. 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and then crane. Breathe in, bend a little bit, breathe out, cross your wings. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breath in, slow breath out. And then 6 inhalations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then release your tension. Let it go to the earth. Surrender, breathe, and let it all go. And then take your time, rolling it up. breath by breath, moment by moment. All right, so choose if you want to do the seated version or the standing version, and we'll do the form as we have been 3 times. And I'll put some music on and we'll do it together with the music. And I'm playing Cherry Blossoms by Jia Pang Fang, and I'll put it in the chat. I love this song. Hi. All right. And oh, there's more people here. Great. So let me look at the gallery because I want to see um, if there's a vote for a little more movement before we watch a video, because we can do some lubricating of our joints and just a little more energizing. I know it's the early morning. So is anybody thumbs up wanting to do a little more movement at this point? Okay. So yeah, we'll do plenty of movement. So we'll go back to it. And also just, feel free as you're watching the video, you can stretch and you can just sort of wake yourself up a little bit. You could even do some light tapping. That's, by the way, the tapping that we've been doing is really good to do in the morning time if you're feeling fatigued and tired, just to wake your body up. It's very energizing. So we'll do a little bit after the video, but let's first talk about let me just change gears here. I'm going to share my screen. This is very interesting. So I was told that there were several women who were wanting to have some sort of workshop related to longevity. And Qigong is absolutely related to longevity. And I think this is fascinating. So what are telomeres, right? What is this right here? So this is the physiological explanation, the physical explanation, the scientific explanation as to why Qigong helps to prolong our life. So we have these things called telomeres, which are at the end of the chromosome. So you can see my mouse moving here. So this is the chromosome, right? Our DNA. And right at the tip of the chromosome is the telomere right here. And every time our cells divide, which they're always dividing and replicating, we lose a little bit of the telomere. The telomere gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You see my mouse moving shorter and shorter until the telomere is gone. And when the telomere at the very tip of the chromosome is gone, that's when we pass. So that's just science. So it says here, repetitive sections of DNA found at the ends of chromosomes consists of the same sequence of bases repeated over and over. That's the scientific, cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine, and all of that stuff that is very scientific. And then function to protect the ends of chromosomes from deterioration. So ultimately, this is a protective barrier for the chromosome. So when we lose our telomeres, we pass away. So these are some of the experts on the telomeres, and just highlighted, says one of the most important biological hallmarks of aging are the telomeres. So how is that related to Qigong? There's a book, if you're ever interested, called The Telomere Effect. And I haven't actually read the entire book, but we can see here that some of the main things we can do to prolong our life and to protect the telomeres, the tips of the chromosome: love and trust, mindfulness meditation, which many of you and I myself do, right? So that's a good thing. Eating anti-inflammatory plant-based foods, restorative sleep for 7 hours, and then ding, 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 Qigong exercise. And so I find this fascinating. So why Qigong exercise? When we practice Qigong, when we're moving gently, when we're gathering life energy from the earth and the universe, when we're doing our deep breathing and meditation as well, we're actually stimulating an enzyme called telomerase. And telomerase helps to restore the telomeres. Isn't that amazing? So when we're doing Qigong, we're helping to restore our telomeres because of that enzyme. We're producing this enzyme in our body that repairs the tips of the chromosome. So I wanted to share that because there's scientific evidence showing that Qigong does lead to longevity. And I thought that you would also find this interesting. This is a video. Let me make this screen bigger. Okay. I hope all of you can see. Manju, I can see you. Thumbs up. Can you see the video? Good. Okay, excellent. So this is showing more of the physical benefits of Tai Chi and Qigong, and it's very visual and well done. So I'm going to play this, and I find this very interesting as well, and I hope you do too.
In China, physical function is just one aspect of what the ancients called Qi. In the Healer Within Medical Qigong program, you will hear and see references that are reflective of what Qi is and how the Qi could look or feel. For now, let's explore the anatomy and physiology of mind-body practices in Qigong and Tai Chi. How is functionality, an equivalent of Qi, triggered? How is it enhanced? How is it sustained? The skeletal system. According to the ancients who developed Qigong, the Qi penetrates to the marrow of the bones to be stored as a resource for healing and empowerment. The bones support the whole body in navigating gravity, and the marrow is the birthplace of the stem cells that differentiate into red and white blood cells. According to Qigong philosophy, the bones are also a key component of the Qi matrix. Given bones are distributed in all parts of the body, their contribution to the overall function of Qi is pervasive throughout the body. The muscular system. You may feel releasing, relaxing, or tingling throughout the tissues of your arms, legs, and torso. Quiet the mind. Feel the Qi. Rather than think about what you should be feeling, notice what you are feeling. The muscles, like all collections of cells, are operational due to the presence of fuel for function. Functional capacity in the muscles is not just activated by intense effort. Function is also enhanced in the state of alert rest in Qigong and Tai Chi. The muscles are everywhere. Functional support is everywhere. Thus, the Qi is everywhere. The circulatory system. Chinese medicine suggests that the Qi and the blood function together, like a brother and sister. Both deliver functional and healing resources to all the parts of the body. When it is said, feel the Qi, in part what you may be feeling is the activity of the blood. In a state of relaxed practice, the blood system expands, allowing for more oxygen and nutrition to support function in every cell. It is possible to feel this. It is subtle. Because the blood in the vessels and capillaries is functioning everywhere, awareness of the blood is inherently awareness of Qi. The lymphatic system and the body fluids. In Chinese medicine, all fluids other than blood are referenced as the fluids. Lymph, cerebrospinal fluid, synovial fluid in the joints, even tears. The lymphatic system is the foundation of the elimination of internal waste, as well as the delivery system for the immune cells. Qigong and Tai Chi enhance the propulsion and function of all of the fluids. Be attentive to your practice. You may be able to feel subtle fluid-based sensations internally that are what the Chinese chose to call the qi. The nervous system. The nervous system delivers impulses, signals that support and also can restrain or encumber physiological function. Neurons are everywhere throughout the body, delivering messages and information that direct function, as well as supporting the creation of feelings and moods. Neurological impulses cooperate with cells, organs, glands, and overall chemistry to fulfill mind and body functions. Neurological impulses transport and transmit to all of the regions of the body and are very similar to qi. When you feel the effect of soothing, harmonizing, and balancing the activity of the nervous system, you are feeling what the ancients called qi. The organs, including the brain and spine. In all cultural systems, from the ancient shamanic to the present, the organs are a major focus of what we believe to be our functional capacity. And in all systems of thought, the organs are responsible for the processes that sustain life. They are key locations for chemical interactivity, and in Chinese medicine, they are the focal areas for the interactivity of the qi. In the most recent version of what is called the qi channel system, there is an energy channel for each of the organs, each of the glands, and the brain and spine. Sensations of function in all of these are equivalent to qi sensation. The systems we have discussed, bones, blood, fluids, nerves, all use, produce, and engage in interactions that are chemical in nature. Interestingly, one of the more contemporary definitions of qi is the interactions of the chemicals in any system. Nutrients, enzymes, hormones, neurotransmitters, and even more subtle cofactors, including components of the genetic material, are all constantly interacting and functioning. In your Qigong and Tai Chi, both as you practice and over time, breath, movement, mind focus, and self-applied massage all collaborate to enhance the efficiency of inner chemical activities. When you feel, is it chemistry or is it the qi? The relaxation response. When we practice Qigong and Tai Chi, the integration of breath, body, mind, and massage all contribute to the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system's healing neurohormones and the inhibition of the sympathetic system's action hormones. In the stress response, inner function, including oxidation and inflammation, decrease well-being and can cause disease. The relaxation response, fostered by Qigong and Tai Chi enhances the capacity, functional renewal and restoration, healing at levels as obvious as feeling relaxed and well, and at much deeper levels in the shift of the neurotransmitter profile, and even in the telomeres of the DNA. How amazing is all of this? These mind, body, and energetics practices, developed so many millennia ago, have influences on all the systems of the physical body. The totality of all physical function is very likely a direct equivalent of what the Chinese call qi. The function in these systems is pervasive everywhere throughout the body, just as the qi is everywhere throughout the body. Here is the most interesting part. While physical function is internal energy, qi is not. In a way, we appear to be separate physical units, person to person. However, the qi is internal and external. Maybe you have felt your own energy field, qi field. Is it possible that we are energetically connected with everyone and all things as a part of the totality, sum of qi energy in the whole world? Are we even connected with the whole universe? In the Qigong view, the answer is yes.
All right. So I hope that was helpful to get you inspired to really appreciate all the benefits of this practice. So let's stand up and do a little practice together. So if you need to stay seated, of course, stay seated, but let's do a little energizing before we slow back down. So we'll energize a bit and then we'll have two meditative forms after. And we'll just lubricate the joints and do a little bit of practice to just wake ourselves up and hopefully feel the chi. So, all right. Okay. All right. So let's just start with grounding. So we can always start our practice with aligning between the earth and the sky. And you can imagine that you're a tree, growing tree roots from the soles of your feet into the earth. Your legs and the torso are the trunk of the tree. And then moving your attention to the crown, and imagine this beam of light and energy expanding out to connect you to the sun, to the universe, to the stars, to all of that wonder of space. So grounded to the earth, connected to the sun, connected to our breath. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Lengthen your breath. Remember, the key to inducing the relaxation response is that longer breath out. So you may want to count in slowly for 4, exhale slowly for about 6. We're just coming into that felt sense of having nice deep breath with a little bit of a longer exhalation. All right, and then is there anything you'd like to release and let go of during our practice? And is there anything you would like to bring in and receive during our practice? All right, So let's do a little bit of purifying our chi. Remember, we talked about purifying yesterday. It's just a way of using our breath to release physical, mental, emotional tension. So breathing in as the arms rise up, and then a sigh, a cleansing sigh, like HA, long and extended. Think about what you're letting go of. Breathe in. Letting go of tension. Letting go of worry. Letting go of stress. Breathe in deeply. All right, and then make fists, very similar movement. It's called tossing off stagnant chi. We're gonna breathe in through the nose and then with a sigh. Again, releasing whatever it is you might be holding on to. Breathe in. Feel free to let any sounds out that feel right. Letting it go. So if you're ever feeling some stress, just doing a few of these can be really helpful so that our issues don't stay stuck in our tissues. Issues in our tissues, right? We don't want that. And one more time. All right, and then, so my favorite is shaking like a tree. And again, a reminder that this is what animals do in the wild to release trauma. So it's actually a trauma release exercise that's good for humans, for us as well. So take some nice deep breaths, bob your shoulders, let your arms kind of move around like loose spaghetti. Loosen up your joints. You can do this in a chair as well. You can just sort of bob your heels up and down if you're sitting in a chair. You might want to let out a sigh of relief. Breathe in. Let the shoulders melt and relax. Let's do another sigh of relief. Breathe in. And then slowly coming into stillness, and just close your eyes and scan your body from head to toe, noticing how you're feeling. Notice your chi. All right, so we're getting energy circulating. So for fun, let's just shake our hands. And this is just a simple thing that we can do to warm up our hands if they're cold. If we have aches or pains in our hands, then you can just shake them out. If our hands are feeling a little numb, gets the blood circulating right to our fingertips. And we're just helping to move chi and energy in the body. And it feels really good when we stop. So stopping for a moment and just close your eyes and just notice what you're feeling in your hands. Connect with your breath. All right, so a good little routine to do if you want to energize in the morning would just be two simple things. Shaking, loosening up the joints. If you have aches or pains in your body, helps to release some of those aches and pains a little bit. And it's really good also for your lymphatic system, your immune system, and your joints. It keeps the joints nice and supple while we're also releasing stress and tension that we might be absorbing from the outside, right? So shaking, and then the second thing you could do in the morning if you wanted to energize, so easy to remember after today, is just shaking and tapping from Qigong. And what a great way to take care of your health. So tapping, acupuncture without the needles, all along our legs. Feel free to do it in a chair if that feels good to you. I'd like to do it in a chair because I want to get my feet. Tapping all along our legs, every muscle group. Remember, again, tapping on the bones helps to strengthen our bones. And a smile. Smile goes a long way. We're producing neurotransmitters naturally just through the simple act of a smile. So I'm just going to tap on my feet, waking up those different acupressure points all along the feet. There's many of them here. And I'm not sure if any of you have heard of reflexology, but if you ever have a chance to get a reflexology treatment, it's extremely beneficial to take care of our foundation, our feet. It's like the roots of the tree, weak roots of the tree. What will happen to the tree, right? So we want to take care of our foundation. And reflexology is, you could say foot massage, but it's much more than foot massage. It's really waking up all of these different reflexology and acupressure points, which helps the whole body. So let's come up to our belly. Helping our digestion along. Remember, this is good to do before a meal or after a meal. Right along our rib cage, smiling to the heart, smiling to the liver. Heart on the left, liver on the right. Breathing into the heart, breathing into the liver. Sending energy and breath to the internal organs, and even sending gratitude, a wave of gratitude to the organs for sustaining your life. And then right along our chest and sternum for the immune system and respiratory system. And then neck, shoulder, waking up all of the nerves on both sides of our arm. And lymph nodes are right here where the arm meets the body, so helping the lymphatic system. And again, I know it's very warm in India, but here during the winters, I do a lot of tapping when it's cold. It's one of the best ways to naturally heat up your body if you're cold. So, and let's definitely do our back. So making fists and break up tension right along the low and the mid back, up and down. And you may want to get your hips and your glutes. So I'm just using the heels of the hand here. You might want to get underneath the hip bone. All right, just kind of loosening everything up this morning, and then let's take our fingers and tap along the neck, base of the skull, all along our scalp and above the ears, behind the ears. And finding our temples. And let's just slow the rhythm down. I'll just come up a little closer so you can see my hands. So just the pillowy part of our hands, finding our temples, and slowing the rhythm down of our tapping, as if we're tapping with the rhythm of our heartbeat. Deep breath. Naturally calming the nervous system, and also good to do if you ever have a tension headache. And then massaging along our temples, soothing circles, and maybe a little pressure along the temples and the head. All right, when you feel complete there, just drop in and just notice how you're feeling. Notice the effects of shaking, the effects of tapping. All right, and let's do some active breath work. So we're definitely going to spend time later, as I mentioned, coming into the calming forms of Qigong, which will help us come into a deep relaxation response. But let's do some energizing breath work. So let's start with creating a chi pump. So we're going to inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. That's it. In your own rhythm, you might want to go slower or faster, listening to your body. One more. And then imagine you're a conductor. So forward, side, forward, back. It's like do, 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 do. Inhale, 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 exhale. 3 breaths in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Breath of joy. And then arms like cactus arms. And so we're just pulsing back and we're doing 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 4 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And last one. And then just gently crisscross the arms. Very easy, relaxed motion. Breath nice and deep. And then imagine that we're just sort of a speed skater in the Olympics, just swaying from side to side, or you could also do it like this. This is more like a speed skater, or it's like a slow ticking clock, rocking, swaying, breathing. So circulating lots of prana and chi through the body, slowly back to center. And then this one's called knocking on the door of life. Tap on the belly and the back. And feel your arms become alive and free, like empty coat sleeves. You might want to rock the heels out into our standing twists. Nice and easy. And slowly swinging it right back to center. And let's imagine that we're picking apples or picking our favorite fruit, maybe a mango from a tree. And take a nice lengthening stretch, wide stance, deep breath in, and a slow breath out. And then when we lift up that bottom arm from Qigong, it's called King Swan Flying. And relaxing it right back to center. And let's actually do something where we're massaging our back. So a lot of us hold on to tension in our lower back. So you can either just sort of massage here, right? Or press the thumb into your back. And we're going to be doing some hip circles. So moving the hips and massaging the lower back at the same time. So if you ever have lower back pain, you can do something simple like this to loosen up your lower back, loosen up your hips. So I'm just pressing my thumb, and then as I lean forward or as I rotate forward, I'm leaning back into my thumbs. But I also like doing it this way, where you can massage and work out tension in your own way. So you may want to close your eyes and just tune into your back. And then let's rotate through our knees. So I'm just wanting to show you this because it's such a simple thing that we can do when we feel like our joints are bothering us, keeping our joints nice and healthy in a very gentle way, keeping the chi and the energy flowing. Oftentimes it gets stuck and stagnant near the joints. And then rotating out our ankles in circles. If you're in a chair, you can do it that way. And then just give it a little kick and shake out, releasing some tension to the earth. All right, and then we'll do that movement that we've been doing called Embrace the Tiger, Return to the Mountain. So finding a nice grounded stance and connecting with the earth. Bend the knees, tops of the hands connect, they float up to our chest. Bend your knees, press forward, feeling your strength. And then opening to the sky, like we're at the top of the mountain, taking in the beautiful view. Connect with the earth. Tops of the hands, connect, bend your knees, press forward, feel your strength. Open to the sky, take in all of that beautiful life energy. It's like I love this practice because it helps me to keep my consciousness connected to something much bigger than myself. And certainly the universe is that, and the earth and the planet as well. Connecting with the earth, connecting with our strength, connecting with the universe, And that sense that we're returning to stillness. And then keep moving, and we'll stay with this form for a little bit, embracing the earth, embracing our strength, returning to the mountain, returning to stillness. And then after we do a few rounds of what we have been doing, or many rounds, then we'll do gather from the earth, and gather healing light from the sun, that sense that we're bathing in healing life energy. Bring it over the crown, down to your heart, down to your belly. Again, you may want to visualize all that you love about life. Maybe it's the vastness and the wonder of all the stars. Maybe it's the trees and the water, the ocean. So connecting with all that you love about the earth and the universe and bathing in all of that healing life energy. So we'll do those two movements with music. I love doing them with music. And then we'll take a little break before we come into the Tibetan healing sounds. So I'll turn the music on. Let's do this one. let's take a few minutes of a break. I'll turn the music on again, and then when you hear the music stop, we'll reconvene together. So grab some tea or a snack, and I'll see you in a few minutes. All right. So before we go into the Tibetan healing sounds, I wanted to see if anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to share anything from their heart, any comments at all. You could always do a thumbs up or raise your hand. Okay, I don't see anything at the moment. So, all right. Well, let me know at the end of the session if you have anything. Oh, you're welcome. Fruity, right? Fruity? I see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aw, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Very inspiring. Thank you. Yes, Qigong is definitely inspiring. And I know many of you haven't heard of the practice, and some of you have, but I hope that you have learned to embrace it. When I landed on it in 2002, I didn't know much about it either, and it really impacted me on a deep level. And so, even if you, like I said, do a little bit of shaking like a tree and tapping as often as you remember, huge health benefits and also emotional benefits as well. And the next form that we'll be doing is called the Tibetan Healing Sounds. And I really love this form. It's very meditative and it's deeply calming. And I hope that you like it. So it's a little bit different from what we've been doing. We're going to be making sounds together. And so, as many of you know, chanting and sounding is really good for many things, right? Connecting us to spirit, connecting us with the universe, connecting us with the divine, but it's also really good for reducing stress, what we're going to be doing, and releasing stuck energy and removing energetic blockages from our body. So I hope you enjoy this. I really love this form. It's called the Tibetan Healing Sounds. So feel free to stand or sit, whatever you feel comfortable with, as always. And so we start the Tibetan Healing Sounds with a little bit of movement. So feel your feet on the ground, sinking down, rising up through the crown, always beginning with aligning between earth and sky, keeping our heart open as we connect with life, connect with our breath. And we can have our eyes in a soft gaze, internal focus. And the movement is we just breathe in, lift the arms up, and then palms up, exhale, relax it down. Take a deep breath in, lift your arms up to the sky, and lightly connect your finger pads and exhale, letting your hands float right to your heart. So your hands are not so much connected in prayer position, they're just here. So let's do that again. Breathe in. Palms up, slow breath out. Deep breath in. Lightly connect your fingers. Exhale, right to the heart. So that's the movement we'll do in between each sound. We're going to make each sound 7 times. And the first sound is O-N-G. So it sounds like Om, but we're making the sound N-G. So when we sound it, the tongue is at the roof of the mouth and it's almost like a hum. It's like, oh. So the tongue is at the roof of the mouth and it's as if we're humming. So O-N-G. So let's do the sound right after the movement. So we're going to start again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And staying here throughout our sound. Breathe in. O-N-G. Count out 7 in your own rhythm. After 7, resting with the breath, letting the sound reverberate throughout your body. Present moment awareness. And when you're ready, relaxing the arms down. Take a deep breath in. Arms rise up. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Lightly connecting the finger pads. And this time, exhale, bring the hands at the belly and the fingertips are pointing down. And the sound is ah. That's all. Ah in any tone, and we'll make the sound ah 7 times in your own rhythm. Ah. When you're ready, let the arms relax down. Take a breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale right to the heart. And this time the palms are facing the heart as if we're sending that healing sound right into our heart chakra, also called the middle dantian in Qigong. And the sound is L-U, like a long extended U sound, 7 times. Receiving the healing sound in our heart and our whole being. Good for the throat chakra. Definitely releasing some blockages here. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and exhale, hands in the same position, receiving that healing sound into the heart. And the last sound is me with a long extended E with a smile, E. And you'll find that you can make this sound for a long time. So feel free to elongate it, and we'll make the sound 7 times in our own rhythm. Nice breath in between each sound. Me. Remember, you're smiling as you make the sound. It helps with the sound. And then we finish with the movement. When you're ready, relax the arms down. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Finishing, exhale, hands in prayer position. Just staying here for a few moments to integrate, to breathe and notice. And right from this peaceful place, let's come into the five treasures. So the five treasures is also a meditative form. So here we are with our hands resting. Remember, below the navel is the lower dantian. Remember, dantian means elixir field. So we've got the lower dantian, and then the middle dantian, also called the heart mind, and then the upper dantian. And remember, the upper dantian is the same as the seventh chakra. The middle dantian is the same as the heart chakra, and the lower dantian is about where the second chakra is. So we're just resting in meditation here. This is called the resting position. Resting, grounding with our breath. And we do this resting position in between each movement. There's 5 movements, which is why it's called the 5 treasures. And the first treasure is called ocean chi breathing. So feel free to, again, be seated or standing. I might stand up at some point, but for now, we're just sort of imagining waves coming in and out at the ocean. We're expanding this ball of life energy that we're holding, and we're letting the expansions become a little bit wider each round. And again, there's actually a movement called opening up to life energy, which is actually this movement. So we're eventually getting to that point where we're coming into a full expansion with a deep breath in and bringing that life energy right in towards our center. Exhale. And then we're pressing the rewind button and following that same path back in. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out, contract. If you want, you can rock forward and rock back gently. If you want to do this movement standing, you can rock forward onto the balls of the feet and rock back. So essentially, let's start from the beginning. We're breathing in, breathing out, letting our expansions become bigger, opening up to life, following the wave of each breath. Being in your own flow, it doesn't have to be as I'm doing it. Really be with you and your own chi, your connection to life energy, your connection to your heart, your connection to your whole body. Let your breath guide the movement. And remember, we press the rewind button when we're ready, and we're slowly flowing with the breath back into our resting position whenever that feels right to you. Grounding with our breath. And the second treasure is called drawing up earth chi. So we widen our stance if we're standing. We can do this in a chair as well. We bend and sink, gathering energy from the earth. And like a tree, growing, expanding our branches up towards the sky, and then relaxing the arms down. So here's the deep breath in, gathering energy from the earth. Feel that energy rise and grow, reaching your branches out to greet the sun, and slowly exhale as we recycle that energy back to the earth. Deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. Breath as long as our motion. Breathe in. Breathe out. And whenever you're ready, always following your sense of when you're ready to come back into your resting position. When you're there, taking time to breathe, relax, and notice. Thank you so much for joining so early in the morning.